The Orange Democratic Movement Party (ODM) became the 20th political party to submit its documents and apply for full registration upon complying with the Political Parties Act of 2011.
ODM.
For a party rated as the most organized and popular in the country by pollsters, it was expected that it would have complied with the stringent requirements much earlier. However, Party Secretary General Professor Anyang' Nyong'o attributed the late application for full registration to underhand tactics employed by its rival political parties, particularly on party membership.
Over 10,000 ODM members have been fraudulently registered in other parties without their knowledge.
Likoni MP Masood Mohima is among ODM members who have been registered as members of other political parties without their consent.
A big party like us runs the risk of being raided fraudulently by other phantom parties which exist in briefcase and perhaps now in your records, but don't have grassroots support in our nation.
I also tell the other parties not to poach members of other parties, not of all other parties. Otherwise, if it is proved in a court of law that they used fraudulent manner to recruit, the party will definitely be deregistered under Section 21.
Competing political interests that have threatened to split the Orange Party were evident when top party officials submitted compliance documents. Members and officials allied to Deputy Party Leader Musalia Mudavadi were conspicuously missing. Mudavadi's supporters that on the eve of the party's date with the Registrar of Political Parties accused allies of party leader and Prime Minister Raila Odinga of mischief and allegedly backtracking on a promise to amend the party constitution to deal with a clause that recognizes the party leader as the automatic presidential candidate in the race to State House.
If they deposit an old constitution, it's going to be difficult. If they have already agreed that we are going to repeal the sections of the constitution, why take now the old constitution?
However, Professor Nyong'o sought to clarify that amending the party constitution was not a prerequisite for complying with the act, and that such an amendment would only be ratified by the party's highest decision-making organ, the National Delegates Conference, at a later date.
This letter also serves as a notice under Section 21 of the Political Parties Act that the party intends to further amend Article 6.2.1 of the party's constitution and election and nomination rules.
Other than the Orange Party, New Ford Kenya also rushed to beat the April 30th deadline as it submitted its documents to prove compliance with the act. Justice Minister Eugene Wamalwa, who has declared his intention to seek the presidency on a New Ford Kenya ticket, asserted that parties that will not beat the deadline will be locked out.
The 30th of April is a deadline. You better believe me, that deadline is real. If you will not comply after 30th, if you will ignore the law, you can only do so at your own peril.
All the 46 political parties in the country have had 180 days from November 1st last year to fully comply with the Political Parties Act and seek full registration. However, only 4 political parties have so far been issued with a certificate of registration after complying with all the provisions of the Act. Complying with the Political Parties Act of 2011 could have been the easier part for the Orange Democratic Movement Party. The harder part now is dealing with competing political interests, catalyzed by the race for the party's presidential ticket, pitting Prime Minister Raila Odinga against his deputy Musalia Mudavadi. No doubt a unity challenge for the party that has been rated the most popular in the country. Francis Gashuri, Citizen Live at 9, Nairobi.